I filled the Darth Vader mug today.
There you go. That looks kind of awkward to drink out of.
Anyways, welcome back. We are back. So we did not do a day 5 recap because it was late.
I was going to pass out.
We had to be up relatively early. We had to pack. And so we didn't have time to do the day 5 recap.
True story.
And then by the time we got home from Seattle, we were not doing a video for that. Because I still had to make up the board for the history video for the next morning, which somehow I got done half asleep. And yeah, it was something. The traffic,
Adventurous.
The traffic coming home. We were in Everett for what, half an hour?
Forever. It felt way longer than a half hour.
When the GPS tells you to get off the highway, think about it. Think about it for a moment.
I don't know. I wonder how bad the highway was if it was telling us to get off.
Took us half an hour to get through Everett.
I know, but Everett traffic is always really bad. So if it told us to get off, I think it was really, really bad.
And it sent us onto a street that is not made for two-way traffic. So one of those residential streets that technically, yes, is a two-way road, but it's really designed where you can have one vehicle at a time on it. And
all the vehicles were there.
Yeah, it was bad. And then we tried to get around it, and nope, because it's Everett, and there was a police officer there making sure.
Watching everybody not able to get back onto the highway.
Nobody actually did what... Because you can't make a U-turn at the light, which would have saved a lot of time if you were allowed to do a U-turn at the light. And then you couldn't turn right on the red light either.
You couldn't get on the highway.
So it was just a disaster altogether, and there was a police officer standing right there making sure nobody turned right on the red light and nobody tried a U-turn. If they'd been allowed to do those two things, that traffic jam would have been cleared up a heck of a lot quicker.
Right.
But...
Silliness.
And then we got caught, and then the Nexus lanes were closed.
All of them.
Coming up into Canada, so I don't know what Canadian Border Patrol was doing, but they were down to one lane at Aldergrove, so that was between a 45-minute and 90-minute wait. So we went to Sumas instead, because the Nexus line was supposed to be open, and it closed just before we got there. Not. Even though it's supposed to be open later in the day than when we got there. And so I have no idea what's going on with CBP, but Canadian Border Patrol made our drive home even worse. So it ended up being over 5 hours, really, when you think about it.
That was a really, really long time.
Because then she had to drive my mom home, which is adding another hour, minimum.
That'd be an hour if I just dropped her off at the curb.
Yeah, so it was a very long night. By the time the dust settled, it was already 10:30 at night. We were absolutely exhausted, so we did not have the energy to do any kind of recap of anything. This is a new Spirit jersey I got from Disneyland because they released this while we were there, and I think this is absolutely fantastic. This is now my favorite, and they're called Spirit jerseys because I've seen people online go, "Those aren't jerseys." That's what they're called.
That's the brand name.
So. This is fantastic. I think this is awesome because it's Dole Whip.
And it's all frosty, sparkly.
And I love the color, and it is very sparkly. It doesn't really show on the camera, but this has got sparkles in it.
And it makes it easy to find him at the airport.
True. And the hat, of course.
It's really easy to spot you at the
airport. The hat, of course, is because it's 25 years since Phantom Menace. Makes us all feel old.
Really old? I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah, I had to get the Darth Maul hat because I'd look silly without it. So, and again, it's easy for her to find me in a crowd. You know, which one's your husband? Yellow shirt and horns. Oh, he's over there. He looks special. So, yeah, and then of course the Darth Vader mug. I got this from.
Wasn't it at Galactic Grill?
Galactic Grill, which I now have to update my recommendation. If you're going to be in the parks, Galactic Grill is no longer a restaurant that I recommend. The funnel cake fries I had twice were awful.
Oh, they were overcooked.
Twice they were absolutely awful. It felt like they just sat in the fryer. And you know when you get old fries from McDonald's, you're like, these are kind of chewy. Yeah, I was just like hitting them on the plate or pulling at them and going, nope. And nope. And so I can't recommend it anymore. Plus the chicken tenders the one time, I think that was overcooked. It was chewy and gross. I'm really picky when it comes to chicken. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend that at all anymore. Flo's V8. It's Flo's V8 grill,
Yep.
I think, in
In
Disney
Cars
California
Land.
Adventure. It's in Cars Land. Is now my recommended place to go if you want a place to eat where it's not overly expensive and the food is delicious. That is the one that I will recommend. But the food is generally better in California Adventure, anyways.
Right.
The rides are better in Disneyland, but
And the
California Adventure,
atmosphere, I think, is
yeah.
better in Disneyland.
Yes,
But
and the shaded areas are better.
yes, there's actually more food options that I can eat in California Adventure. So
Yeah.
I sometimes walk over there just to get food.
Yeah.
But mint juleps are only in Disneyland, and those are the best.
Oh, I also want to defend the peach beignets because we've seen some
yeah.
Disney YouTubers that hated the peach beignets.
All the reviews were
They're
they
absolutely
were terrible.
fantastic. I don't know why people don't like them. I thought they were
Yeah.
absolutely delicious. They were fantastic, and
We didn't do the dip with them though.
no, I did not have. There's a dip that comes with it, or apparently that you
We
can
don't-
order with it.
Yeah.
I never bothered,
Yeah, you have to pay extra.
and so maybe it's the dip that makes them not taste good, because I just had the beignets on their own, and they were fantastic.
Yeah, those are good.
Top notch. I don't really have anything negative to say when it comes to the cast, to Disneyland,
they're
to the hotel. We stayed at the Grand Californian. Their staff, excellent.
They're all so nice.
Yep.
They
And
are.
you could tell there
Everybody's
was
great.
some stress because of the D23 crowd.
There were some
A lot of
people there.
people. But they did really well. I have no complaints there. But I am starting to think about our next trip. Maybe we should fly out of Vancouver just because that drive home.
That was terrible.
Just that
That
drive
was terrible.
home.
It really depends on the cost. Because last time we were debating flying out of Vancouver or flying out of Seattle, it was half the cost flying out of Seattle, and so that's why we make that drive. And we just used one of those, like a park and ride near the airport, because there's a ton of those in Seattle. So we do that.
A guy that I went to school with, graduated same year as, he wasn't living in Chilliwack anymore when we graduated, but he does the Disney. He's one of the planners that you go through. I'm going to talk to him, and we're going to look at what costs are and compare with the one that we've been booking through is in the States. Apparently
She's awesome.
She's great, but apparently there are some discounts that he may be able to get because he's
There
in
are
Canada.
Yeah, there's different Canadian prices.
And so I may go through him and then do a comparison and see. But yeah, I have nothing negative to say when it comes to Disneyland. I definitely did way more rides than I've done previously.
Yes. Adelaide's going to be so excited the next time we go and you go on other rides with us.
Like Dumbo.
Yes.
And Casey Jr.
Yes.
Those
are great.
I had really not bothered with Casey Jr. because it was like, it's a little kid's train ride. It does a little circle, big deal. But I had watched one of the Disney YouTubers we follow, and one of the videos he did on it, and I was like, that's actually kind of a fun little route that it travels through the park. So I can give that a shot, especially since right now the train's down for refurbishment. So
No dinosaurs.
yeah, it was enjoyable. Casey Jr. is not bad. Dumbo's a fun little ride that usually has a very small line. We always see the complaints about wait times. If you're not worried about which rides you go on, you can always find a ride to go on that's got a short wait time, relatively speaking. But the last day we nailed Mr. Toad's. What was the other ones we did? Oh, Peter Pan, we got the second to last night.
Yeah, we were able to do that one
And
at
then-
like 11:30 at night.
I broke my own rule the last day too. I paid for a lightning lane for us for Rise of the Resistance. Never done that. I've always said I'm not going to do it, but I knew the lines weren't going to get shorter.
It was never shorter the whole time we
No,
were there. And that
it was
the
always very
first.
long. So the way they've got the park set up right now, usually there's 3 entrances into and out of the Galaxy's Edge / Star Wars area. Right now, the one that's blocked off is right next to Rise of the Resistance. So people have to go a long way around to get there. And it feels like they do that long way around to get there. And they're like, well, I'm here. I don't feel like going all the way back around to get out. So I might as well wait in line. Feels like that's what they're doing. And it's one of those things that I totally get why they would do that. But for me, it was like, I don't want to wait 75 minutes. So since we paid for Lightning Lane, we just went right in. There wasn't really a wait at all for us, and outside it was like a 75-minute wait for the regular
and it was
line.
Hot.
It was ridiculous.
It's a long wait.
The whole week it was very
so
hot.
hot. Oh my gosh, so hot.
And the temperatures weren't that much higher than here on the average.
Sure
but
felt like it.
But the intensity of the ultraviolet radiation,
so
you feel that difference. And I didn't know that until last summer. We were more ready this year than last year. I had one cranky day, but outside of that, I did pretty well.
It was not a whole day, though.
No.
It was not a day. It was like a cranky morning.
I think it was the combination of heat and just being overtired and
so hot.
Just it's just relentless. It's this relentless heat. And so I had one of those old man cranky days, and that was it. That was on the Monday. That was right before the rest day. The rest day really helps. So for people who think about going down on a trip,
we always do
having a rest day in
always.
the middle is highly advisable, because trying to do 5 straight days in the park,
or even 4.
Right.
We usually do 4 days, but we always do a rest day in the middle.
Yeah.
It helps for the kiddos. You get to actually sleep. Gives your feet a chance to rest. And then you're able to do the things that are not in the park. Because with us, since we're traveling so far and you pay so much to be there, there's a lot of things around the park or at your hotel that you would like to do, but you don't want to use that park time to do it because you've paid to be there. So by having that rest day, you can spend time at the pool, at the hotel, or wander around downtown Disney, or really, really close to the park within walking distance. There's some shopping areas and restaurants and stuff. So you can do that on your rest day instead of using time that you should be in the park.
Yeah. I think that's my favorite trip we've taken to
that
Disney.
Worked really well.
Went really well. Though. And it's funny because it felt like I did less than I have in previous trips, but I think it's just I used up my day. And thanks to Star Tours never changing from Ahsoka, I didn't have to hang around Star Tours doing it over and over again, so I went and did other rides instead. So I guess thanks to Star Tours for forcing me to broaden my horizons, because I didn't feel like seeing Ahsoka again, which is weird because I love Rosario Dawson. I think she's fantastic. I have always thought she's a fantastic actress, and I have no problem with her being Ahsoka, although we haven't watched the show yet. But when you're on Star Tours, the selling point is it's totally different every time.
You never know what the ride's going to be.
And so that's why I videoed one time that we were on the ride and posted here to the channel, because I wanted people who are going to the park around this time, or people who are locals, to understand this is what you'll get. That's it. There's no way I would have recorded it otherwise. I've never recorded Star Tours because I don't know what I'm going to get. I don't want to record it. But in that case, it was like, I'm really not in the moment. I'm not immersed in this ride because I know exactly what's going to happen. But we're looking forward to the updates too.
Yes.
Tiana's will be open next time we go down there.
They put up the sign for the new Hungry Bear.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called now.
Isn't it the Jamboree?
Yeah, I was going to say the
Country Bear Jamboree.
Country Bear Jamboree. They put up the sign today.
Good.
For that. So that'll be fun. And they're opening up the walkway in like 2 weeks.
Good.
So people can get to Star Wars from that side.
Which should
means
help.
The canoes are going to be open.
That should help Rise. That should help the Rise lines.
And it won't be Critter Country anymore. It's Bayou something.
Tiana's Bayou, isn't it?
No, the ride is Tiana's Bayou. But the area there with Pooh and the Hungry Bear and that shop, it's not going to be called Critter Country anymore. It's going to be called something else. Something Bayou.
Deep South Bayou or something?
No, something Bayou. I don't remember. But I'm very excited to see how that looks. Because since we've been going, they've totally changed Toontown. And that changed for the significantly better. It is so cool compared to what it used to be. So I'm really excited to see what they're doing with that.
Mickey and Minnie's is my favorite ride now.
That ride is so fun.
There's always something
It's
we
very
see
fun.
when we're on that ride that we didn't notice before. So when you go on Mickey and Minnie's, if you're in the front car of the train or the back car, you have a completely different experience with what you're seeing around you. It's great. We were in the back car twice. We hadn't been in the back car of previous trips.
So fun.
And it was like, okay, so we see this and there's that happening. It's great. The vultures are in there, and you don't see the vultures if you're in the first car.
Yeah.
I thought that was great because I haven't seen
fun.
the vultures in a Disney cartoon in forever.
That was fun.
So seeing them and they're doing the little tiptoe, I was like, that is really
up.
cool. But yeah, there's little things that I never noticed on that ride, but now I have, and I've got the little bird for my shoulder. So she got that, Chubby. And she's a cute little bird, and so yeah, I'll be wearing that probably in hockey videos here and there. I'm gonna find excuses to do that. Because honestly, we got a lot of stuff while we were down there that I feel like I can use in videos.
We didn't get lots of stuff. Like I was telling, we only have one kiddo home so far. I gave Malachi his little gifts because we always get the kids little things from Disneyland, and I just got him, I think, 3 things: a shirt and the spider, and we're doing a video, sweetie. A shirt and a spider and something else. And I was like, and that's it. We didn't get, and he's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, no, we didn't get that much stuff this time.
All right.
Anyways.
So, I got this, and I'm anxious to use this. I'm going to use this in hockey videos, but this is sort of for people who come over here and watch videos here. Something I won't be showing on the hockey channel, but I got this. This is from Inside Out too. So when I'm doing panic index type videos, I could honestly just, and here's how this fan base is feeling: anxious, sadness. Like they're all here: fear, joy, boredom right here, ennui, the anger, the disgust, and envy. And of course embarrassment over here. I think this is great. As soon as I saw this, I was like, I
think that would be funny to just have in the corner of a board, not even mention it or anything, but just have it there, and have the little circle thingy. And then Yvonne bought me this one, which says "Off Fooey," which is going to work really well for when the Canucks or the Bruins are in some kind of losing streak. And obviously, I don't swear in my videos, so Donald helps. And there's a couple others I got too. So I've got some fun stuff. Yeah, I know
down there.
there's another one.
I don't think it's in here.
Okay.
At least not on the board.
Might still be in your suitcase. He hasn't unpacked yet.
I generally take a while to unpack.
I don't.
By a while, it can be months before
I'm all unpacked. My suitcases are all empty and all nested together. And
there was one time we were getting ready to go on vacation. It was easy for me to pack because still there was a lot of stuff in there from the last time. I was like, all right, well, I'm almost packed because I still got my stuff in there from last time. Except dirty clothes. I'm not gross. Not dirty clothes. Meaning there are clean clothes that would stay in the bags. Because if I'm not going to use them, why not just leave them in the bag? I'm saving myself time later. Follow my channel for more travel tips.
He's such a boy. Oh my gosh.
It's just, I got the important shirt out, and I got the important hat out, and I got some other hats that are interesting.
Special.
You may have, if you follow me on Instagram, would have posted there, and of course on my personal Facebook, the Pluto hat.
Yes.
So.
That was great, and Pluto came up too in the parade.
Pluto was so excited.
Was so good, but we couldn't get that in a video because it was right in Shannon's face. But that was so cute. That was fun.
Yeah, Pluto was great.
And the last day we made sure we saw the parade because the parade's fantastic, and we got to see Fantasmic. I love Fantasmic.
We had a great spot to watch Fantasmic too. We didn't record it to post here because we hadn't experienced it to that point. So
yeah, we haven't seen it since forever. Did we?
February. Oh, we saw it right before the dragon caught fire. Yeah, right before the dragon fire.
Yeah, but we've watched it on YouTube for people recording it because that's fun. But it's so much better live, and it was great. And I still really, really like Fantasmic. That's my favorite of the Disney shows that they do.
So yeah,
I really,
but
really
we got
like
stuff
Very
for all
well
the
done.
we got stuff for all the kids. I got a couple of shirts from my mom. We got a couple trinkets for some other people we know as well, and yeah, our bags were well under the weight limit. I was so proud of us.
Well, because we went with like an empty suitcase.
Pretty darn near, yep. And Yvonne balanced things out, so some of her stuff was in my suitcase, so that we knew that the weights were going to be perfectly fine. And going through TSA, it's funny because it was so fast going through TSA, coming back, that it threw me off. Because I'm used to some kind of hassle, so I was kind of just standing there, and they're like, "You can come through," and I'm like, "I can." They're like, "Well, if you want, we can frisk you," and I'm like, "Okay, no." But yeah, going through John Wayne, that is the most casual and fantastic.
Nice
I love their TSA, and I never thought I'd see the day I said that, but their TSA is fantastic.
And they do the eyeball scanner, or the face scanner.
SeaTac's supposed to have that, I think, next month.
Yeah, the guy
he
was
said.
saying he was soon, but
SeaTac's like the last one getting it.
In John Wayne, they had the face scanner.
Yep.
So that was super quick.
It saves time, and
I wasn't sure how that would go because my picture on my ID, they haven't had me retake a picture since 2010. So I look quite different because I'm a lot older now. I got that taken when the boys were tiny. They were toddlers.
It measures the quadrants though of your face, and it like your eyes don't change, your lips, your nose, all that doesn't change. So it measures it that way.
I know. But
it doesn't take into account sexiness because you'd break the machine.
There we go.
That's the face.
On the internet.
That'll do her. That'll do it. Hey guys, you're welcome. So, anyways,
seeing my mom was watching, she was like, "Hey, that's the face that I do."
And yeah, the image of her on
that's not going online.
The Incredicoaster one, and then of course I did the video of her on the River Rapids.
I have not seen that.
She didn't know that I was going to take the video of her on the River Rapids.
I didn't see you. I was busy trying to not be... Well, I was trying to make sure my runners didn't get drenched. I was not successful.
Oh man, that was such a funny ride.
It was so funny. We're on the ride and this little boy, the boy was like 3 over, and we're towards the end of it. He's like, "Oh, I didn't get too wet. I'm almost dry already." Yeah, that's because I took all the water for you.
You're
drenched. Welcome. I
she was
wringing out my clothes.
Drenched.
Because there was a huge wave right beside me that just went.
So funny.
I was soaked, but I was going to go right back to the hotel room right after that. So yeah, that's the reason I did it right then.
And that's why I had the camera ready to go, because I was like, she may never do this again. I gotta verify this.
I would, as long as I can go right to the hotel.
Like, it's too bad I couldn't have recorded you on the Incredicoaster.
No, that was awful. I will never do that again. That picture will not be going online. No.
Yeah, no, I agree.
There are some awful ride pictures of me.
Oh, the one with you on
cars.
The racers.
I did the stupidest face, and as soon as it took the picture, I was like, "Oh, I look like an idiot." All the people in this car now get that face in their family photo. They can't see their little girl. She was on the opposite side, but they got me making a dumb face.
Oh. See, Radiator Springs, I did it the one time. But there's that race at the end, and my stomach really hates it. Like, my whole body just rejects it. If, like, in the case of when I did it, I didn't know that was coming, so I was okay.
We had no idea what to expect with
but
that ride.
When my body knows what's coming, like, it'll start rejecting me before I get on a ride. It'll start, like, telling me, this is going to go really, really badly for you. And so, yeah, I don't go on that one, but I went on a lot of rides I don't normally go on this time around. So,
I did the Incredicoaster,
broadening my horizons.
So,
she wants me to go on the Golden Zephyr the next time we go.
Yes, it's a very, very gentle ride.
I may very well go on the Golden Zephyr.
Do not feel like you're spinning.
Golden Zephyr is these giant steel things that are attached by strings, and it swings you out over the water, and it looks like the strings at some point can just let go.
No.
not a huge fan of water. So I really don't like the idea of flying off little strings and just falling in the water.
You don't swing on that. It's not like you're just wee. You don't. You're just kind of just going around. And it's a very large circumference circle, so it doesn't even feel spinny. It
Until
feels
the
very
strings
windy.
let go.
They're not strings.
Look like
Shannon.
strings. Look like strings to me. So.
Not strings.
And I'm never doing the swings.
No.
That's never happening.
No, I wouldn't do
that.
That
swinging symphony, they can keep that.
I won't do that one, and I won't do the not Terror of Terror. I won't do that.
The Guardians ride.
Yeah.
We did
Breakout.
we posted the dance thing on here, right? Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
I know there's videos that I have not posted.
And
but
almost every video from Disneyland has copyright claims on it, so we don't make any money at all. So Disney, you're welcome. You guys make all the money, we do the work, and there you go.
Not that
we're not contracted workers
work
for Disney, so there we go. I wanted to get the ears that match this, but I didn't, and she's gonna wait and see if they go on sale. But
I should.
They're pineapple rings, but they've got the bow on the front, and the bow on some of the ears they're producing now. The bow is removable,
which is really cool that they're doing that.
So it's more dudes can wear them too, but I feel like it'd be weird for me to wear. I mean, I got horns on my head, I know, but still, it just I don't know if I can do the bow. You guys can let me know. Does the bow make any difference? I just feel like if I had the pineapple on my head, that would, really fill out the look, and I'd look pretty classy.
Yeah.
Without
the ears, you just look kind of silly.
Right? But I need yellow pants, too.
Oh, my gosh.
I need bright yellow pants.
She's like, oh, there's Shannon.
The funny thing is, when I was wearing this and you were wearing the pink pants, so we could find each other easy. Because I was just looking for the pants and you were looking for the shirt.
Bright pink pants.
Yeah.
My favorite leggings.
Like highlighter
bright pink.
Highlighter pink. So I was like, okay, I can find her in the crowd, the pink pants, and she was looking for this shirt. It works very, very well. So we're at that age now where we look for each other's clothing to find each other in the crowd.
When we were, where was it? It wasn't the airport. It was somewhere else, and I had that second of, crap, what's he wearing? Because I look for your clothes.
And if it's this, easy to find.
That was really easy to find you at the airport.
Yeah.
That.
I mean, if you see me from the back, it's Disneyland, so not everybody's wearing a Disneyland shirt.
True enough.
But yeah, going through the airport was fine. We got back to SeaTac. They're doing work on it. Always. They're doing this major renovation to it. When it's done, it's going to look fantastic.
Two of the gates.
It is going to look fantastic, but
taking the bus out to the tarmac was weird.
Yeah.
That was so weird.
And then when the plane landed in Seattle, it took a while for it to get into the gate. And I was like, how far out are we going? Are we going back out into the boonies? Are we going to need to take a bus to the airport again? But nope. That one we actually got to a gate eventually, and it went pretty well. But we were at
the temporary baggage claim area.
Yeah.
Which is a pain to get back over to the transportation.
That took forever. I think the first warning we had that the ride home was going to be a hell of a lot longer than we thought was the baggage claim.
Oh, yeah, there you go. And then
that took at least 20 minutes.
And as soon as we were there, I was like, oh, no, I know what part of Seattle it's taking us to.
Yeah, the toll bridge went up while we were there. I've never been over a toll bridge like that when it opens, so that was fun to watch. But
I knew where it was taking us, because it didn't take us right to the highway. It was taking us through that industrial area south, and then you get back on the highway at Mercer. And as soon as I saw where we were headed, I was like, oh no, I hate going this way.
Yeah, all the industrial stuff. And then it got us off the highway again as we entered Everett. And
that was awful.
That was awful that they did that, because, and again, it shows the limitations of GPS.
The highway doesn't move.
Like, the limitation of GPS is, okay, this is backed up. We can take people this way, but it doesn't factor in whether or not the roads that's sending people down are actually designed to hold that level of traffic.
Right.
Because it wasn't.
Right.
And again, I tried to find a way around. I did find a nice park.
We did.
We found a nice park. And then we got back, and we were right back where we left off. We actually were right with the cars that we had left earlier. proving that they hadn't moved very much in that amount of time. They moved maybe 2 blocks.
The highway was really bad, and the traffic around it everywhere was really, really bad. All of Everett was really bad.
So that's got me thinking. And this is why when people ask, why don't you guys go down to Seattle for a hockey game? The traffic is so unpredictable. And I-5 can be a mess very quickly. The 405 can be a mess very quickly. And it makes me kind of nervous because, again, I do videos every day.
And we have children.
A lot of time.
We have children.
Yeah, it's a lot of time. So, and with good traffic, it's 3 hours down, 3 hours back. That's still 6 hours on the road.
Dependent on the border.
Right. That's with a good border crossing. It's 6 hours altogether. So, it's a little different than going to Vancouver, which we can get to and from Vancouver in an hour and a half. And
that's when the traffic's bad.
If the driving isn't something that we're all that interested in, Scott Road's right there, and you can take SkyTrain. So there's that benefit as well.
We have done that before. Yeah.
Anyways, anything else we have to add?
I don't think so.
Anything else on your mind about the trip to Disney?
I don't think
Any other recommendations?
Oh, I don't know. We had lots of fun food. While we were in the park, we tried a few things that we haven't before.
You went to San Francisco?
I do always really like the food over at the San Francisco area of DCA. I have a lot of food things that I cannot eat or I do not eat. So finding food that I can eat when we go places can be challenging. And I have a lot more luck in DCA. There's more options that I can have. Yeah, so in San Francisco, there's more options for me. Other than Bengal barbecue is really good. That asparagus, delicious.
I'm trying to think. When I was in Disney, outside of, I didn't really eat at the restaurants at Disneyland.
You had those ridiculous little mini donuts at Daisy's, and I had the watermelon lemonade.
Those are sugar on sugar.
Because they use 0 sugar lemonade, so that was really good. Oh, the popcorn in Star Wars Land. It's called something spicy.
Crate.
Popcorn. No, not the red crate one. That's a different one. That looks like it's just seasoning salt on it.
Right.
But this is spicy
Savory.
Something. That one is so good. I really liked that popcorn.
Yeah.
That was a really good popcorn.
She had 2 bags when we came home.
I still have some.
Yeah, so that she wouldn't run out. And even the last night, how to make that. Last night she was like, "I need to get some more popcorn." And I was like, "Yep, no argument there."
I did. Yeah, I got more popcorn right
because last time,
at 7.
Our last trip in February, I tried bringing home a Wetzel's pretzel, and
it doesn't really work.
They don't last. But now that we know there's a Mr. Pretzels in Willowbrook Mall in Langley, I can get my pretzel fix that way. Plus, they have fantastic. It's the word I'm looking for.
I have no idea.
Not ice cream.
Gelato.
Fantastic gelato at Willowbrook Mall as well, because my body really doesn't like dairy. So gelato is a gift from all of the gods, and it is so good. And I love gelato. I had 2 scoops today. I had vanilla and salted caramel, and I'm a genius. That chemistry worked perfectly. So I'm having a pretty good day. We watched some guys play street hockey. A lot of people recognize me there, as would be the case. That's completely predictable.
Because hockey.
I was interviewed by City TV News, although I don't think she knew who I was.
That seems to be the case a lot.
The way that she talked to me, she didn't know who I was.
They generally have no idea who you are, which is kind of funny.
It's weird.
They're like, "Hey, interview this guy."
Because I mentioned my YouTube channel, and there wasn't even anything. There was nothing. She was just, I'm Angela, and she even asked me to spell my full name, and I'm thinking, you don't have a clue who I am. None.
She was just doing her job.
Because the guys from Play On had said, or one of the guys from Play On had said they wanted to interview me specifically, but I don't know. Maybe it was somebody else who was sending her out.
That's happened before when you've been interviewed by news places. The interviewer doesn't know who you are, but somebody else does know who you are. we've had that before, and
right.
I am
CBC.
guessing that yes, CBC did that.
Yeah, where they sent guys out here that had never heard of me, didn't watch my videos.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, oh, these are a lot of jerseys you have. Yeah, you guys are here to interview me. You don't know who. It's just weird to me, but because if I was in a position where I was reporting, I'd want to have some research so I'd know who I'm talking to in cases like that. Or I'd be like, hey, I do wish I'd been able to play the game yesterday, and so if they have it in Cloverdale again next year, if I have to not take her to Disneyland so I can play street hockey,
Just go by
that's what I'm
myself.
going to have to do. I will forbid that. So
Forbid. That means I'm definitely going by myself.
I'm just going to have to put my foot down. There it is.
Well, if you don't, you might fall over.
Foot is down.
All right, so I'm searching for friends and want to go to Disneyland with me next summer.
You're telling that to the internet, right?
Awesome. New friends. New Disney friends.
I think you'd be twisting her rubber arm.
That would be so fun. I would totally go to Disney with them.
Yes.
Oh, we saw the make your own headbands.
Yeah.
Those are kind of like a big deal in the Disney.
Yeah. I didn't get
sphere.
one because we wanted to get one. We got one for Adelaide. We got one for her.
Kind of disappointed we didn't get one for Shannon.
I didn't really need one. I was going to get one with Dale and Donald Duck on it. And
Wouldn't
I thought,
that be cute?
I don't really need a hairband.
But
because you need hair for a hairband.
And you can switch out the little guys on it.
Maybe it'll hold the wig on.
I'm really hoping. It looks so goofy. I'm really hoping that since they're doing so well, that they'll come out with more characters. And I did see that, of course, now that we're at home, they're going to have Nightmare Before Christmas ones. And that's really lame that I miss out on those. So I need a Disney friend.
Yes, you absolutely need a Disney friend.
Because I made one for me. Mine has Minnie and Pooh Bear on it. And then I made one for Adelaide that has Minnie and Daisy on it.
You need to befriend the woman that does the Lisa Land videos. She would totally get you those. She'd totally get you those because I'm sure she'll have a headband with all of them and she'll switch out which heads she has on them.
She'd have Donald. She'd have a Donald.
Yeah, see, for me, and I think they need to add the Seven Dwarves to that too. And just, every season they could have something different.
Well, kind of like the shoulder stuffies or the new emos. Yep. Just every once in a while, they've got their core ones that they always have, and then have the special ones that switch out. That would be really fun.
And then they've got this, one
really
of the
cute.
shoulder ones, it's a crow. And what's funny with it is that it does caw like a crow, but it did it last night on our bed, just kind of on its own. And Pixel, her eyes went like this, and she just backed up like, is that alive?
Off switch.
And so
I don't think it has an off switch.
Because it's a crow. Crows don't have an off switch.
And it says it's Haunted Mansion, but I thought it was for the
Where's the crow in Haunted Mansion?
I don't know, but I thought it was for Sleeping Beauty. That was my first thought when I saw the crow. It was the crow that the queen sends out.
That is awkward to drink out of.
I figured.
But it looks cool.
It's kind of like my Oogie Boogie cup. That's kind of, I have to drink in from a certain spot. Otherwise, you get like hit in the face. But
anyhow, if you're thinking about going off to Disney, you guys can always email through the Hockey Guy email address because she's always happy to talk about Disney. So anybody has any questions about going to Disneyland or California Adventure, she's happy to talk about it. It's her happy place. So, like, I've already resigned myself to the fact that I don't think I'm ever going to Vegas again because she's just so happy at Disney.
Vegas is really fun, but the cost of the shows is not included, and they're a lot. At Disneyland, the cost of the shows is included, so all you have to pay for is your food and whatever souvenirs. You don't have to pay for anything else. In Vegas, you have to pay for everything.
True.
Everything. And the shows are really expensive.
They can be, absolutely.
The shows are pricey.
So that's
my favorite part of Vegas is the shows.
That's where I'm stuck. Because I like last summer we did Vegas and then Disney, and it was just too long. It was too much.
That was a lot.
It was too much.
especially in the heat.
Yeah, so...
This is a really long, rambly video.
Yeah, I apologize.
Sorry.
Many apologies to the internet.
I don't know how many people are still watching.
Tip my cap for anybody who's still... I'll watch the stats just go... but halfway through, it'll just fall right off. But anyways, for those who've been retained to this point of the video, thanks for watching. Again, any further clarifications or anything, you guys can email the Hockey Guy email address. That's in the description of any hockey video that we post. But don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you're not a subscriber, why are you still here? Because I can't imagine listening to this ramble as a non-subscriber.
True enough.
I can't imagine it. But it was a very fun trip, and can't wait to go again. So, all the best to you.
I know something we forgot. The magic bands.
Oh, yeah.
I got Shannon a magic band. Wasn't that for Father's Day, right?
I think so.
I think I got the magic band for Father's Day.
Yep, sounds about right.
And then I got me a magic band at the same time because I thought he would enjoy it for the Star Wars Land.
Never even
feature.
Used it for that.
No, because we were too busy. I think Malachi would love that though.
Yes.
So the magic band, I know they work different at Disney World, and they do a lot more at Disney World, and they don't do a lot at Disneyland, but they are still really, really handy. And I'm all for getting them when they're on clearance though. Mine I did not pay the $40 whatever for ours, but so you link it to your ticket, which is super easy. It was really 2 buttons on the Disneyland app, and then after that you just to get in they just scan it so you don't have to try and open up your ticket on your phone. And then when you do the photo option, so if you have the not Genie Plus, whatever it's called now, and you have the photo pass, the photo people just on your band, instead of trying to find the barcode or having the screenshot of the barcode.
Yep.
So that was really, really nice, not having to use my
Everything's
phone.
fast.
I hate having to use my phone for everything in Disneyland. That's the obnoxious thing. Using the phone all the time.
The Magic Band does fun things for everything you're doing in the park.
did like
mostly
the lights. The lights during Color 1, Phantasmic, the fireworks. And then there were lights when we went into Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Yep.
It did
Coming
lights
out of
Haunted Mansion. It did the heartbeat.
Yep.
So there were different things that just did lights and buzzing, which is fun. But it was really handy for the photo pass and getting in, so then I didn't always have to get my phone out.
Yeah, it was great having those. The only problem I had was that by the end of the week I had a heat rash on the wrist I was wearing it on. So that was the only issue I had. Outside of that, though, they were really good to have.
A quick note about the magic bands, because of how they connect as just 2 little dots. Before we went, I was looking up online like what they did and like how it worked, and I saw a lot of people saying that they can unsnap and fall off. So there's these little like bands that you can get, and you put that on there, and it like helps keep them secured. And I got them just on Amazon, and they're just little bands, and they come different colors, and I got a pack of like 9 of them, and it was like $8 or something, super duper cheap. So we did not have that trouble, but we did meet people that lost their magic bands. They just fall off. So something to keep in mind if you're interested in the magic bands, which were pretty fun. And I absolutely intend on getting a magic band for each of the kiddos for next time. You can also for Lightning Lane. If you have a Lightning Lane, which you would have to book on your phone, but you're able to easily scan in, so you don't have to look up your Lightning Lane thing. You just
all they need to do
machine.
Is make it so you can open your door at the Grand Californian.
Yes, I tried to see. I was like, I don't know, does this work? Nope. I did a red light.
So anyways, magic bands, we recommend. You can usually find them. I think they have them on clearance on the Disney website.
That's how I got my
there.
Wish. The Wish one I got for really, really cheap.
Yeah, so keep your eyes peeled.
Because it was on sale, and then it was an additional 40% off.
And
so
I've also,
that one.
Since we got home, I ordered 2 sweatshirts because they were on sale through the website. They are not on sale in the park. So again, when you see something in Disneyland or California Adventure and you're like, price seems a little bit high, don't be shy about looking on the Shop Disney website. it's still Disneyland. They're still shipping it out from Disneyland, but you might get it for, I got those for 40% off.
And you can get it shipped to your house for free.
Yeah, if your order's $75 or more, it'll ship for free. So just as an FYI, always check the app, because very often items that are expensive in the park can be found cheap online. So just as like an FYI. But all right, now we're done. Thank you guys so much for all your support.
Listening to us ramble on and on.
Exactly. So thank you guys so much for listening, for your time. It's greatly appreciated. And we will talk to you soon enough.